Hello, welcome to JAV Show. This is Jorge.
This is Viv.
And we're back. I think we got 2 weeks of filler and then this one.
Hello, guys.
So, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. How has your last couple weeks been, Viv?
Work-wise, insane.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely insane. I want to jump ship, and I think everyone is jumping ship.
Like, quit?
Yeah. Well, obviously, try and find a new job first, but, that's the vibes that's going on in the company right now. So everyone's like, you know what, this ain't it anymore.
I see. Maybe a little overhyped, but maybe not. Maybe it's the way.
Yeah,
I've been listening to like a lot of random motivational quotes lately.
Oh yeah, like what?
And it's like,
pour some on me. I love
this. This is one of this is related to your situation, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember completely. But it's like, what you're doing, everyone will think will be insane until you're actually successful, and then everyone will think you're a genius. So like, maybe what you're doing is really hard right now and really stupid, but then maybe it's genius in the making. I have no idea.
Like at work?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I don't know. That's just one thing I thought. I don't relate to that at all, by the way.
It could. No, actually.
I don't really relate to that.
I like to think that I'm someone that has a very forward mindset. However,
yeah,
when it comes to work, they gave me a position that allows me to exercise my forward mindset and creative thinking skills and knowing how to output things.
Yeah.
However, we ran into a huge problem that upset a lot of people, and this is what caused 4 people to quit.
HR?
No, it was that some of the help desk people fucked up somehow, and we essentially lost 2 of our biggest clients.
Are they Indians?
No.
Oh.
But we lost 2 of our biggest clients, and so leadership was like, yeah, you know what? Because we lost our 2 biggest clients, we're going to cancel the profit sharing, or we're going to pause profit sharing for now.
Damn.
We're going to rescind all recent promotions.
Damn.
And raises from a certain date forward. I'm fine.
Yeah.
But then 4 people weren't. And those 4 people were like, it was 2 managers, 1 team lead, and 1 regular, not regular, but
Joe Schmo?
One
Mr. Employee?
help desk person.
Oh.
And they rescinded all their promotions.
Damn, that is a kick in the ass.
Yeah. And
Sucks.
so they all quit.
I would. I'd be like, yo, fuck this.
I would be like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
And then the next kicker is that because those guys quit, a few other people quit because, they're not looking to rehire new people in the next bit.
Yeah.
So 3 other people quit after them.
Okay.
And then now they're like, guys, we all have to be like, we have to work as a team for now to like, help us while we're lacking employees and have a sudden huge cut in budget.
Yeah.
And so they're like passing all these projects off to just anyone, even if it's completely not in your industry or not even in your field or whatever. They never rehired yet.
Yeah.
They were looking to rehire, but they never hired, but they were looking to hire somebody to fill my last position as a dev team lead.
Yeah.
But they never did.
Yeah.
So they've been passing off a lot of that work to me again. So I'm technically doing my old position now and my new one. And then because a whole bunch of random people quit, they've been passing off all these random projects and being like, yeah, just like learn on the spot. We just need like people to help get this shit done. So like they pass off like invoicing projects, sales projects, marketing projects. They've been passing off random accounting things to be like, oh, can you just like sort this out, blah, blah, blah. We just need somebody to do it because we don't have anyone to do it. I haven't been doing all these projects, but they've been basically just saying, these are projects that we need everyone to just grab and go and just do it. And I'm like, that is insane.
I know exactly how that feels because that's exactly construction 101, I feel like.
Insane. I've gained so much random knowledge on how to do these random like taxes and invoicing and like random marketing project and stuff. But I'm like, dude, this is not it.
Yeah, it's pretty stressful, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it was similar when not just me, but like a lot of people in construction. As soon as they fire someone, it's like, oh, we don't want to hire anyone, so we're just gonna pass this buck off to someone else.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, that's not how it works. Like, we struggled with like 5 full-time people doing this task, and now you expect 4 of us to do the exact same task and more.
Exactly.
It's like, fuck.
And then I just got this new position, but then it fucking sucks now because I have everything to do with this whole department, and everything to do with this department comes to me first, and I'm pretty much like the main person to do all of it. But then now also like the old dev work, and I'm like,
yeah, that's brutal.
This is terrible.
You know, unrelated to this, or semi-related to this, my friend, I saw him recently. I haven't seen him in a while. He works at Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was asking him, I was like, hey, how come every time I fucking call in, it's an Indian person? And then he's like, you know, to be honest, they're all actually in Canada, but it feels like we just took the Indian call center people and we moved them into Canada and we just gave them the same jobs. I'm like, dude, that's fucking shit. He's like, yeah. And I'm just like, every time I call, they'll be like, hi, my name is like David or something in like an Indian accent. I'm like, dude, that is not your name. But he's like, yeah, that's that. He was telling me too. He's like, yeah, that's what it feels like at least. When he also calls in, he's like, it feels like they just took the Indian call center and just put them in physically in Canada, so then we can say they work in Canada.
I was doom scrolling on TikTok the other day, and I saw, what was his name? There's this guy on TikTok that did like a 24-hour, like 30-something hour, or like 1 month straight stream.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
No, but they do those. Streamers. They like doing those. It's like subathons, marathons, shit like that. Get more monies, more subs.
Oh, Kai Cenat.
Oh, yeah?
So he was doing that, and then I watched this one clip of him with this hacker guy that came onto his stream, and the hacker guy called this call center place in India.
Yeah.
And the guy picked up, and I don't remember the exact name, but it was the same thing. He picked up and he was like, hi, I'm Joe Smith, but with the strongest Indian accent ever. And you're like, who are we kidding here?
Yeah. I was
Your
like,
name is not Joe Smith.
At least like,
no way in hell is your name Joe fucking Smith.
Like, just don't lie to, just make it an easy Indian name. Like Parminder, all the vowels work out. It's not some weird
I thought
shit.
you were gonna pick something easier.
You think Parminder's hard to say?
I mean, I feel like there might be an easier one.
What do you think?
Muhammad.
That's crazy. That's, first of all, that's Pakistani.
Oh.
Second of all, that's Muslim name.
Oh.
Okay. So, like, something like Viraj or Narav or random other Indian names, yeah, that makes sense. But Muhammad, that's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. Yeah.
So cultured.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of India, did you hear about that crazy plane crash?
Yeah.
That was so scary.
That's
Scary shit ever.
It's like 200 something people died, right?
Did you hear about that one guy who lived?
Mm-hmm.
The one guy sat in this specific seat, and then he said he just woke up and there's dead people all around him, and someone just grabbed him and shit, and then he just got out.
The fuck? I didn't hear the whole story or anything like that. I just heard that one guy lived, and people are like, "What the fuck? How are you alive?"
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" Like, there must be an Indian Jesus looking out for him, because that's crazy.
So what's the story? He just fell asleep, and when he woke up,
well, no, he heard.
The plane already crashed.
No, he heard like the plane was going up. He said it was ascending. He heard a loud bang, and like within 30 seconds, he like blacked out. Like, probably went unconscious from the impact or something like that, right? And he woke up and there's just shit all around him and like dead bodies and shit. And then someone, I think so. Don't get. I'm not exactly sure, but I think someone grabbed him, brought him out, and he started walking on his own because like he wasn't badly injured and shit. And I was like, holy fuck, that's crazy.
That's insane.
That's like, fortunately or not fortunately, I think he was traveling alone. Could you imagine if he was traveling with someone? That'd be crazier too, right? Because everyone else died but him too.
Yeah.
That's great. I was like, oh my God. So sad. Yeah, because like, I feel like this is really big news. Like, this isn't just like...
There's been so many planes crashing this year.
Yeah, that too. See, I'm not sure if it's our perception because of the news maybe like reports more of it, but it just feels like there's more. You know what I mean?
I can see that. I feel like as we have more transparency with everything that's happening around the world and news, of course, there's other places that aren't getting the same amount of publicity.
Yeah.
But it does seem like whenever there's a plane crash anywhere in the world, you hear about it.
Yeah.
And it does seem like this year there's significantly more plane crashes.
Yeah. Like when I was a kid, we used to watch a show. I think it's called Blueprints for Disaster. It's the one about there's one about like plane crashes and shit. Actually, no. Okay, so Blueprints for Disaster was just disasters in general, and then there's another show also on Discovery that's specific to plane crashes. And it felt like I watched all episodes of all seasons within like a couple days, right? So it felt like within all of
That's crazy.
aviation society, it just felt like there weren't that many, right?
Yeah.
It was always like, oh, something in the 70s, 80s, or like early 2000s something. But then like the number of crashes now, it just seems like it's a lot. It's like, what the fuck? This is crazy. What's going on? Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what happened with this one. I think they're still investigating. I think people are speculating, like pilots are speculating, it was somehow, some way, it was like a double engine failure during ascent.
Oh shit.
Which is like the craziest part. Because like where I think when you go descent, it's still bad, but I think people have survived that before. Because you have like energy and you can try to glide into like a river or something. Like I think there's one like infamous Canadian story where they like went into like not the river but like a little patch of like a ditch kind of, and they survived. Like the pilot like without engines like glided it in really softly. But during ascent, it's like apparently there's nothing you can do. Yeah, like if you're like mid-flight and your engines crap out, I think you're still fucked, but you're less fucked than if you're trying to like go up, right?
Because you're not in that area of the stratosphere where you have pressure kind of keeping you afloat to a degree.
Yeah, I also think you have time to react to. Like for this one, I was like from reading the news and stuff, it was like they have zero time to react because it's like it just goes out and there's nothing you can do about it. Allegedly. So I have no idea.
What would you do?
I'd die? What do you mean? Like I'd be dead. If I'm in the passenger seat, I can't do shit. I just sit there and die, I guess.
I mean, you could, I don't know, pull out a notepad and be like, if anyone gets this, I want to tell my family I love them.
That's a long note to write in like 10 seconds.
Oh, it's like 10 seconds?
Yeah, like the whole video is like 30 seconds. The whole
There's
video?
A video?
The video of the plane leaving the runway and then crashing is like 30 seconds span.
That's fucked.
Yeah, or less maybe even too.
Oh my god.
And dude, it's crazy because like he crashed, the pilot, obviously he had no control. Like I'm not blaming him for this, but the plane crashed into like a doctor hostel. I think like 11 other people died in that building or something like that. I was like, dude, I mean, it's like he didn't have a choice, right? Like you have a very populated area and then planes and stuff. So
can you imagine you just graduated and you became a doctor and then you got your first job as a I don't even think doctor. You go there, you stay your first night and you fucking die.
I feel like it's not even like a job too. I feel like most of those people are like volunteers. You know what I mean? Like you know, like Nurses Without Borders and Doctors Without Borders and stuff. I don't know for a fact, but I know it was called like a doctor hostel thing or something. And I was like, dude, that's fucking sad. That's crazy.
Of all the places to land, damn.
Yeah, it makes me a little. I mean, I also feel like the fact that I'm more cognizant about news kind of sucks because I feel like it's all bad news usually.
Yeah, I try not to read so much into news because I feel like it's always negative.
Yeah, like the whole Israel-Iran thing is crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, they have nukes, and that's insane. Why would you guys do that? And the whole Ukraine-Russia thing is crazy. I was like, dude, this is kind of scary.
I feel like the Israel-Iran thing,
that's insane.
The attack that just happened. I'm like, dude. When I read about it, I was thinking, dude, if there's anything that's happened in the last little bit that's the catalyst for World War III, this is fucking it.
Yeah. It feels like that whole area is just so scary.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because that's literally the most cultural and historical area of the world. Mm-hmm. Like the whole Middle East area with the whole like history of humanity and stuff has always been closely tied to like that entire area, right? Like Egypt's close to that area, the whole Middle East area, Israel, all that stuff. So it's like, damn, dude, that's fucking crazy. That's scary as fuck. I mean, I'm kind of glad I'm in Canada because it's so far away from that, but it's still scary.
It is scary.
Because, yeah, you're right. Like, if World War III happens, there's no stopping nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was in a meeting with a few of my coworkers on Tuesday, and some of them couldn't make it because some of them are from Colombia.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Colombia had a terrorist attack on Or was this Thursday? No, it was Tuesday. I think it was Colombia had a terrorist attack on Monday.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
crazy.
they sent, it was either Tuesday or Thursday, because I usually have meetings with them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But the day before, they messaged the chat and said that, like, each of them was like, sorry, I can't make it tomorrow. I have to flee my town. I have to leave. I have to blah, blah, blah.
Oh, your team is in Colombia?
Yeah, we have a few employees working out of Colombia.
Shit.
And they were like, yeah, we can't. We literally just got some bombs that happened in our city.
That's
holy
crazy.
shit.
See, I feel like back then, again, this is all just like thinking back. Like back when in the early 2000s when I was a kid, the craziest thing other than 9/11 was like a school shooting. We're like, oh my god, school shootings and shit. It's like so crazy, right? There's kids and stuff. And now it's just like, dude, fucking terrorism's everywhere and shit.
Yeah.
And just like random.
And then you're like, wow, it was TikTok, World War III.
It's insane. That's why for me, sometimes I'm like, I feel like we shouldn't complain about these like dumbass shit that we complain about.
Like what?
Like DEI and stuff. I was like, dude, there's literally people dying over there from this shit, and we're complaining about which washroom they're allowed to use and shit. It's like, dude, this is not the place to put the energy into, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, and then the whole Pakistani India thing, that was crazy. When I heard about that one, I was like, dude, that's insane. Like, I don't know all the history, but I do know there's a lot of bad blood between the two, right? And it's like, dude, one of my previous team lead in the place I'm working at right now, he actually went back for a wedding during that time, and he wasn't sure if he had to cancel or not. But luckily he didn't. Like, luckily, as he got there, the truce was happening and all that stuff, so he got to go through with the wedding and all that.
Well, that's lucky.
Yeah, but I was like, dude, that's scary as shit. That's being around that area. Scary. Yeah, it's crazy too, because it kind of also like limits you of like where you want to travel to, which kind of sucks. Like, I feel like at one point, Israel, like Tel Aviv, was like a decent tourism place.
When? What year?
Back when all this shit wasn't happening.
I swear I've been hearing about Israel, reading up all on the news for like a decade at least.
I don't know. Just okay, like when that attack happened on October 7th, that was during like a concert there.
Oh yeah.
And that was like a touristy thing. Like, it wasn't just Israelites there and shit, but yeah. But now it's like, dude, I can never go. All these places I read about, how like Afghanistan, I can never go there now. Probably like Iraq, I can never go there now. Israel, I can never go there now.
I can never go to any of those places for like a long ass
I know,
time.
right? But like, you read about old books about them. They're like the most beautiful places in the world.
Yeah.
Like, allegedly, the Middle East used to be very, very, very beautiful.
Yes.
Because it'd be like, especially Afghanistan, because they had mountains. So you'd have mountains, like snow.
Can you search up photos. I want to see what it looks like.
Oh, dude, you're just going to see terrorism here now. You'd have, it'd be like this, where you'd have mountains. Yeah, it just looks like terrorism here. Everywhere in wars. But you'd have mountains into lush, like, olive vineyards into the sea.
Wow.
And you'd have that transition and stuff. And everyone keeps saying it's so beautiful. Let me go Afghanistan beauty. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, they're just super rugged terrain and cool shit. Yeah, I feel sad about that. I mean, I'm glad I went to Indonesia once. I don't know what's going to go on there in the future. They have riots there too. It just feels like everywhere's kind of shit in the bed a little bit.
It's really sad.
But also, it could just be like the news consumption we have here too.
Really?
Like, no one's going to talk about like, oh, this town had like 5 new golden retrievers. I'm like, oh shit, that'd be good news.
That is true.
But that would be something that they wouldn't ever really talk about. I think one thing people don't talk about, it's like, I think like there's more trees planted in the past whatever than got destroyed, and it's just like, oh,
that our ozone layer is finally fixed.
Yeah, I was like fuck you, climate change fuckers.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess good on them because they got that to work, but I feel like to some extent it's like, all right, we don't need to do even more. Because at some point they're not even just climate change advocates; they're like anti-human, right? Because they think humans not good. I was like, why are you here then? Right?
Yeah.
Like, go off yourself if you
Contribute.
want. Yeah. You're literally part of the problem. If you're saying we're the problem with the environment, then I guess you're a problem. But yeah, anyways, enough with the bad news. Back to volleyball. Yeah, dude, the other day in volleyball, I got pegged in the face so fucking hard. It was like the left side of my face.
Fuck.
My eye was a little bit blurry after.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, but I went to see an optometrist. I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah, I haven't seen an optometrist in a while. I think my vision's pretty good still. She said it's like -half and -1/4.
Oh, that's not bad.
So then I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna get glasses for that shit. She's like, yeah, you probably don't need it, to be honest. She's like, maybe if it's dark and you're driving, you might need it, like at that extent. But other than that, you probably don't actually need it. But yeah, she was saying like apparently you get these floaters whenever you have any not damage, but like impact to your eye socket.
Yeah, because your eye is like a
full of like jello
snow
and shit.
globe.
Yeah. I mean, she said jello when I asked her, but she said jello, and then it could like force like an air pocket or something, or like a pocket of something. I don't know. I don't know all the terminology.
When I damaged my eye from volleyball and I couldn't see, I was told that the eye is like a snow globe, and when you pop a blood vessel in your eye and it covers your pupil so you can't see, you just have to wait for it to settle at the bottom. Essentially, like if you shake a snow globe and all the snow comes up, you just have to eventually wait for the snow to settle down for you to be able to see.
Yeah. So that was a shitty day for me. That same day.
Who was it?
No, it was just some random team. Just some random team. Middle wasn't blocked that well. I was up trying to like see if they're gonna do like a down ball, but they just hit high and I couldn't move fast enough. My slow ass reaction too. I will also blame my slow ass reaction. But that same day, I was going up for a hit, and when I landed fine on my side of the net, mind you. But the other guy's knee kind of like crossed, and like he knee banged my knee with his knee.
Oh my god!
It hurt so bad.
Dude, I accidentally did that with.
Accidentally, like
yeah,
like you did it to someone or someone did it to you.
I did it to someone.
Oh,
like me, I went up to the net, and then she was on the podcast before too. Biff.
Yeah.
She jumped up to block, and I jumped up to hit.
Yeah.
A tight ball, and my knee like went under the net a little bit, and then we clashed knees.
Oh.
And then her knee took, the hit for it, and then she couldn't play because she damaged one of her tendons. I forgot if it was ACL or PCL or. It was so bad.
Yeah, I'm never gonna block you again. Fuck that.
I don't jump forward anymore.
You're a fucking dangerous player. Yeah, no, like I'm pretty sure
I was like way early on.
I'm pretty good at landing on my side of the net for the most part. So I was pretty sure I was on my side, but his went over and it just fucking knee banged it so hard. And it's weird too, because it like no tendon or muscle damage, but it felt like you scraped your knee. So every time you touched it hurts a lot. But there's no like scraping.
Oh my god!
It was like it's almost like it scraped
nerve damage
under the skin of the knee.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. It just felt so weird. I was like, ah.
And it feels fine now.
I mean, it still hurts a little bit, but again, like it never had any motor issue. Like there's no motor control or motor or muscle issue.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I hope it just touched. Maybe it like bruised the cap or something really bad. But yeah, it hurt.
Like nerve pain.
Yeah, like when I was climbing, if I like scrape a little bit along the wall, it would hurt so bad.
Like what's scrape? Like if you just like brush it with your finger like that, it hurts?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, at first. Now it's not like that, but now if it's like when you climb, you don't like knee bang necessarily, but sometimes you like kind of twist a little bit and then your knee kind of like scrapes along the wall. It hurts so bad when that happens. I was like, fuck. Yeah, that was a bad week. Yeah, the other weeks were better, I guess. The next weekend. Yeah.
I just came back from a volleyball tournament.
Oh yeah, last weekend, right? How was that? You heard? I remember you saying like this is one of the best tournaments in Alberta usually.
I think it is. It was so fun.
Yeah. Okay, that's
good. It was so fun. I felt like I kind of scrapped the team together.
Yeah. But
the team that ended up coming, dude, we had so much fun, and we ended up winning our division.
Oh, nice.
First place.
Nice. Mm-hmm. What do you win as first place?
It's t-shirts.
Oh, it's like at least nice t-shirts.
They're okay.
Yeah, you can be honest. They're shitty t-shirts.
They just have the branding on it. Literally just a word on it. Yeah. So like
nice t-shirt. You touch it, and you're like, ooh. I was like, this would feel good on my skin.
Soft.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's soft and thick. You know, some of them are soft and like not that thick, and then after 2 washes, it's like
there's a hole in it.
Yeah, or it's some shit happens to it. But when it's like soft and thick, it's like, whoa, this took 2 children to make.
Together at the same time.
It wasn't just one sweatshop worker. It was 2 sweatshop workers to make this.
It's really nice. I also won the raffle.
What's place. Like you just like a 50-50 or like
no, they have door prizes.
Okay.
For everybody that signed up, you get a ticket so that you get entered into a door prize, and then they have a bake sale there, and if you buy anything from the bake sale, you also get tickets.
Okay.
to be included to have more chances in the raffle.
Yeah.
And I want a long sleeve shirt.
It's just the same shirt that you got, but long sleeve?
Yeah. I technically had the chance, or I technically won this 2-month pass to a cycling place.
Oh, nice.
In Calgary. But
nice.
I don't live in Calgary.
From Calgary for 2 months so you can cycle for 2 months. Is it a velodrome or like a spin class?
It's a spin class.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I technically won that, but I was like, I can't use this. Can I get something else? And they're like, do you want a shirt? And I was like, sure.
Damn. That'd be sick.
And then I also bought merch before.
From them?
When I first went there, I bought merch. Like, a shirt. They're all different designs, though. I bought a shirt. And then we had the raffle at the end of day 1, because this is a 2-day tournament. And I won a long t-shirt from the raffle. And then we won first place in our division. And then I also won another shirt. I was like, dude, I'm going back with so many shirts. What the fuck?
Easy. Easy shirts. Nice. You can use them for sleep or whatever you use shirts for.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually what you use your t-shirts for, I think, right?
Yep.
You're not a very t-shirt gal.
We're just hanging around.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. Good volleyballs going on.
It was so much fun. And then outside of the tournament, when we were to hang out, everyone got along so well and just like laughed so much and so hard. It was great.
Was there only 2 girls on your team, right? Or there's only 2 girls during the hangout shit?
No. During the hangout, everyone brought their partners.
So okay.
It was like
a big group of random people.
Yeah.
That's good.
Very fun. Very, very fun.
That's sick. Sounds like a good weekend. What was I gonna say? Work-wise for me, it's been chill. Okay, so like I have a new desk mate. Pretty much I share an office with someone else because the site's too cheap to give us our own like space.
Is it an office, like a room office?
Like a room office, but there's 2 tables, like one for each of us. Right. And my old desk
awkwardly quiet.
No, it's chill. I mean, I always have my headsets on, so I don't really know what's going on. And then my old desk mate got an office because he's like he's a bit more important, let's say, or he's a lot more important than me. So and then the guy he got the office from also got a bigger office, and they all like kind of swapped. And then my new desk mate, he's kind of cool, but he's kind of, it feels like he's super salty about shit. He's always like complaining about like not work specifically, but more like, oh, they treat us so bad here. One of those like just in general, like, oh,
I mean, I've been hearing that with all my coworkers recently. So
that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, he keeps saying like, yeah. I mean, it's hard. I don't blame him because it does kind of suck. Because back then when he started working, like oil and gas was booming. It was like easy to get a high paying job and like free transfer, and like they pay for all this shit, and they like, fly you out to train all this shit. And now there's like none of that going on.
Yeah.
Like all teams are getting more lean. All training is like online now, and
I feel you. I didn't go to the freaking AI conference this year.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, we don't have budget. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, I mean, it's cool because like I do agree he has a lot of knowledge and insight because he's a bit older than me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes I was like, dude, I think you're complaining too much. I think you just gotta like fucking head down and do some shit.
What do you say when he complains to you?
I just like, yeah. I was like, just that. Just that. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, no, I can see that, and then that's it. Just the generic like agree.
You must be like
non-confrontational.
This guy does not care at all about what I have to say.
Yeah, I think that's about. I don't know. Like, I don't get me wrong. I agree with the shit he's saying. The shit he's saying is correct. As in, like, the industry's gotten so much more like cheap, and like cheap in terms of like they're not treating their employees as well as before and all this stuff. And like especially ever since COVID and all that. But a part of me also thinks like, man, like, what can we do about it? Like, what, we're gonna start a fucking union sitting here together? Like, I was like, I don't know what I can do about it. Like, I agree with you. I don't get me wrong, you're correct, but I've heard this too many times, and I don't care enough.
At this moment. Like it that much, then try and find a new job. Like I'm going to try. Yeah,
and that's how I think, at least. I don't know. I just think like there's no point. It's like just might as well just fucking. The other thing too is like he's contract too, right? So like when his contract ends, he's kind of gone and stuff. But it's just for me, I'm kind of in a special situation because I'm technically a contractor, but I'm full-time employee somewhere, right? So technically, I'm a contractor, but once my gig here's done, I go to another gig. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just felt like he was a little salty and shit. And he's always like, yeah, you should always like, you know, fight for your raises and shit like that. I was like, yeah, I agree, but you know, there's only so much one can do on that stuff. There's like a limitation of what I can physically do and stuff. And this guy's whining a bit too much, but it is what it is. It's his life. On other side of things, yeah, just doing random shit with my car. My car, I think, is finally fixed, which is good. I had some issues with it before.
Oh, I forgot what was wrong with it before.
It was dying during idle and stuff. Yes. Oh, the gas thing too. I think that's fixed.
Yes, it's the gas thing.
I will find out.
Like, I'll just take it out if I can't figure it out.
No, I fixed it. But we'll see today because once I drive it, because I haven't filled it up. I don't drive it that often that I fill up like once every 2 months or something on that. Right. So once I fill it up, we'll see if my car starts or not. And yeah, that'll be great. That'll be fucking amazing. But I think I fixed it and all. So I'm honestly a little hesitant to do the bodywork stuff because I feel like it's not in my realm. Like I feel like I have so much PTSD with paint and all that stuff with my cars.
The front hood.
Yeah, of my other car. But I've been getting myself motivated by listening to a lot of motivational shit. So I'm like, okay, I just have to fucking do it. So I'm getting ready. I was supposed to start yesterday. Again, I got sidetracked again. My dad has some stuff with his car I had to fix. So I ended up fixing his car instead. Which is good. I ended up fixing everything on his car. So there's no issues now on his. But then, yeah, I was supposed to start yesterday on that stuff. The thing is, because the Oilers was playing yesterday, and I have another thing where I get like a bit paranoid. Every time I watch them, I feel like they lose and shit.
Were you watching yesterday?
I was not watching.
I was like, were you watching and you turned it off and then that's when they won?
I did not watch. Like, I only check the score now. But also, I feel like I have, I'm not emotionally prepared for the Oilers. They're a very emotionally draining team. They really test your faith and your loyalty by just like fucking up all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So I just can't do it. Right.
They had a 3-point lead and then they
and then
tied
they came
it.
back and then
they got one more and then they lost. They let one more goal in
and then they won in overtime. But it's just it's tough. It's tough being a fan, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like I've always liked them ever since, you know, the 07 run and shit, or the 06-07 run. But I just couldn't follow them because I get so emotionally drained when I watch them. So then I had to do something else. So last night, instead of doing that stuff, I was like, okay, I'm going to go work on my car. But then I bought some parts for my dad's car and it finally came in. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go fix this car first. And then that took my whole evening. So I got sidetracked from that. But I do have to get onto my car and doing all the body work on it. I really don't want to, but...
I mean, you can't do it right now because it's like wet and rainy out, right?
I can do it. I have a garage.
Oh, the added humidity in the air doesn't affect it?
I think it's excuses for people. I don't know. I think it's a bad excuse. I mean, you can do it. You can't do everything, maybe. You can't actually like paint it, but to like the steps, like painting it is like 10% of the work. Like all the prep work before is all the stuff you can do regardless of the weather. Right. Yeah. So that's what I have left on my cars, other than the random shit on the board, but almost there with that project car. Pretty excited.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been looking at other random upgrades, but I don't know if I want to turbo my car or not. That seems like a pretty big effort.
I feel like if you're working on your car as the intention of this car is to be a project car and to work on it, then might as well go the whole 9 yards. Kinda.
Like, the other feeling I have to it is like, it still works. Like, if the engine was in such a bad shape, I'm like, I'm going to overhaul it. Like, I'm just going to go buy a new engine. I'm going to overhaul this engine. And then I'm going to add parts to it, right? But the engine's still perfectly fine. So it's like, there's no point. Like, it still works really well. Like, mechanically speaking. But I might do that one day. I'll see.
What about, like, modding it and stuff?
The other thing I want to do is I want to get another car and do a case swap on that car. But I'll see in the future. Because I was like, there's no point in case swapping my current car. It still runs really well for now. I guess if it dies one day, then I will consider it.
Yeah.
But I do want to learn more about like engine swaps and stuff. So I want to do that. I just don't have the equipment for it. That's the hard part.
You can get it, right?
I cannot buy a new workshop.
Oh, you need a whole ass workshop.
I mean, like it's easier with a 2-post lift, and it's easier with like all these other stuff. And I just don't.
I see.
But we'll see. We'll see. I'll see what I end up wanting to do. I went to 2 car shows the last 2 weekends. It was really fun.
How was it?
It was cool. There was only one prelude. There's this guy. His
Like
Instagram
old Prelude.
yeah, like not my year, but my generation of Prelude. So there's one guy. His like all the cars all have like a Instagram thing on their car and stuff. So his is 780 Lude, 780 LUDE.
Let's see.
It's the only Prelude in both the car shows I went to. So I guess no one really likes Preludes that much except for me and that guy.
Yeah.
All the car shows were pretty much mostly Supras, STIs, Civic Type Rs, RSIs, and a couple random Mazdas, and then a bunch of like Nissan 240 or Skyline or GTR, or any of those stuff. Or, you know, R34, R35, all that stuff.
Oh, a couple of people I know follow this guy.
Yeah, but it's mostly Supras. If I felt like there was a ridiculous number of Supras there.
Oh, really?
Like an overwhelming, the new Supras too, not even the old one. There's only like one or two old ones. It's all new Supras, and a lot of STIs. I think that's obvious, and then a lot of fucking Civic Type Rs and shit. A lot of Asians too.
I heard that when somebody puts 780 in their social media handle, that means that they're a drug dealer.
I thought it just meant the area
or
code.
A gangster or something.
Really? I thought that's just the area code. No.
Well, yeah, that's our area code, but like the act of doing that is a sign, like a
really.
Yeah, it's like how some gangsters have the same tattoos.
Yeah.
This is like if you put 780, then people know you're part of a gang or you're a drug
The
dealer.
Edmonton
or
gang.
something. I don't know, something. I heard that in high school.
Really? I mean,
It
I
could
don't
be.
think
It
so.
could be bullshit.
I think it's bullshit. I think it just depends, right?
So whenever I would see somebody with 780 in their handle, I'd be like, "Oh my god!"
Look at your own phone number, you're like, oh my god,
it's me.
I mean, yeah, just there's some famous area codes, you know, like 305 Miami.
Oh shit! I know.
There's what's 808? 808's one of them.
New York.
Is it?
I have no idea.
Where's 808 area code? Hawaiian Islands. What's another one I know? No, I think that's the only one. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say 99, but that's just the fucking show, Brooklyn 99, not an area code.
I was gonna say.
Let me see. Famous area codes. Iconic US in the US includes 212 for New York, 310 for Los Angeles, 305 Miami, 702 Las Vegas, 202 for Washington. Yeah. There's also like police signals, right? There are signs.
Damn, I don't pay attention to
Like,
any of
was
these
it-
area codes.
let
I
me
thought
see.
some of them would click, but none of them do.
Yeah.
405.
I don't know what this one
Oh,
is.
he's on the 405.
No, that's a highway, dumbass. I forgot what it was. One of them means like suicide or something. No. Okay, I have no idea what it is.
Search of police codes.
Police. Oh, actually, every precinct have a different code too.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Or not every, but a lot of them do.
The
Oh,
10-4. Oh, 10-4 is one. I don't know
Police.
what it means.
Okay, let's just say number codes. Let's learn about police number codes. 10-4 just means okay affirmative. 10-20 for location. 10-33 for an emergency. Code 3 usually signifies a lights and siren response. 10-7 out of service. 10-68 request for dispatch. 10-99 officer. Oh yeah, 10-99 is a pretty infamous one.
Oh, really?
Is there any other ones?
The code blue.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
wait, no, that's hospitals.
Yeah, hospitals. Code black. That's a bomb threat
Yeah.
in the hospital. Yeah, actually, is there any other crazy codes? Here's a picture of it. Oh, it's all 10 codes though, I guess.
10-4.
1059 escort.
When you play golf, do you...
Call
Say so.
4. Very
Oh,
rarely.
that's
You'd
it.
have to have a really bad shot to call 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
'cause-
thought that just means that you got it really far.
No. It means that my ball's coming to you. Run away.
Oh, I thought it meant, look how far it's going.
No. So usually when you play, it's like you wait till the guys in front of you are out of the course before you start hitting. Or if it's a really long course, maybe you could do like an intermediate hit and then wait. But if for some reason you're on one course and you do a crazy fucking swing and it goes off to the left, and that's another course, right? Because the courses are right next to each other, like the holes are right next to each other. Then you scream it just so no one gets hurt.
"Four."
Yeah, but usually you don't if you're hitting it properly, because then it'll just go into an empty field.
Damn, I got the complete opposite message.
Yeah, you just think they're fucking Chad. And
yeah, look how far it hit this ball.
No.
Guys, look!
Nope. Let's see if there's any other infamous number codes.
What's the 411?
A 411? Isn't that...
It's info, right?
That's 311? Isn't 311 for info?
That was 411.
Or maybe that's just in Edmonton. Because 311 you can literally dial and you get info.
Canada 411. What's 411 slang for? Information.
Oh, what's 311 then? Is there one for 311? 311 slang. 311 is also a non-emergency municipal services phone number and municipal... Oh, okay, that's where I get it from.
Oh, interesting.
So just... Yeah, okay. That makes sense. What else is there? 143 is I love you. Okay, okay.
1437 is I love you forever.
Oh yeah, I remember that. 404, yeah, that's common. 555, you often use for fictional numbers. Yeah. 666 is associated with evil or the devil.
555 is also LOL in Chinese.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
On social media, if you write a bunch of fives, for some reason it's ha
lol.
ha ha ha.
Oh, it's just lolling.
I have no idea why it's ha ha ha, but
let me see. Yeah, I don't know either. 888. What else is there? Is there any other crazy codes? Premium rate number? No, that's lame.
You actually search it up. Why does 555 mean?
Why does 555 mean laughing? In Thai, 555 is used to represent laughter online, similar to LOL.
What's Thai?
It's high, ha. The number 5 is pronounced ha in Thai.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That was Chinese. I guess it's Thai.
That's like 7 in
Korean.
Is it? Was 7 sound like in Korean?
Oh, I was gonna guess because it looks like the laughing character.
No, I think it's 7 in Japanese. 7 in... No, not that.
Like the
No. It was something else actually. No, I think I'm just getting shit mixed up now. There's other random gaming code. Like 322 is the infamous Dota code.
Fucking nerd.
In Dota, it means it's like it's just fucking fictional lore where it's like there was once a player who actually put 322 in like all chat, and then they threw the game, and now everyone thinks 322 means like throwing. So then every time like you do a bad play, we call it a 322 moment because you're throwing.
Oh, interesting. Why did the original dude put 322?
There could be random reasons. So one reason, back in the day, okay, so back in Dota, you couldn't tell when this thing happened. So okay, there's this whatever boss Roshan thing. You kill it and you get a special thing from it, right? And it's similar in LoL, right? You kill it and you get some special thing from it, right? And the game mechanics was that after you kill it, it can respawn, I think, within the next 5 to 7 minutes or some shit like that, right? But then to remember exactly when you killed it, you would type in the time in the game that you killed it. So it's like 32 minutes into the game, you would put like 32:15 or something, right?
Yeah.
And all chat's always saved. So when you chat, no, not all chat, any chat in the game is always saved. So if you click enter to type, to chat, if you click enter again, you can see all the history of the chat, right? So people did that, so then they would automatically have a placeholder of when you killed it last. So then you know when it respawns next.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also a placeholder for the other team because that special item only lasts for like X amount of minutes. So you know if they killed it this time and they picked up at this time, that item's going to expire at this time. So they use it as a way to like remember shit. So they don't have to like actually remember the time. They just type it in and they just click in chat.
Why was 322 so significant though?
He just threw the game after, like, it was, people theorized that it was his theory to the other team that he's going to throw the game. Because he accidentally clicked in all chat instead of normal chat. Or like instead of his team chat. Yeah. And that was in like a professional game, right? Like a tournament game. So then the lore after that was that 322, like 322ing means like you're throwing the game.
And they never interviewed him after to be like, yo, what was that?
I think even if they did, they would still go with 322 as the throwing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's just like I'm sure every video game have like all these like mini video game lore. It's similar to sports. Like all sports has these like lore, right? All these like infamous moments, legendary moments that like create something.
This is why we always do this now, because of that one time.
Yeah, pretty much. Right? It's like everyone, not even, I guess this has like, it's cool when it transcended your sport, right? So it's like, for Kobe Bryant, Mamba mentality. That has transcended basketball. It's not just basketball when you think about Mamba mentality. It's like every sport you think about Mamba mentality, right? So it's cool when that happens. But then other than that, usually the lore stays within your own sports. And like the people within the game knows it.
Do you know any for volleyball?
No. I don't know any. I don't know enough of the history too. I feel like the history was kind of not really as popular for sure.
I know basketball was created in Canada.
Oh yeah. But there's probably way more lore about stuff going on in basketball than we even know, or than I even know. Because I'm not a big basketball fan. I just like watch from like time to time during the finals or some shit, and just to see. Like I have
just a bandwagon hopper.
Yeah, I'm not even cheering for a team. I mean, the only time I ever cheered was maybe for like the Toronto Raptors. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like actual Canadian team winning something, right? And that was about it. Other than that, like, yeah, I sometimes cheer for like specific legends and stuff like that. But that's about it for that stuff. I'm more into the hockey stuff. But even then, there's so much lore I probably don't even know about.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm not that into it. I just like to follow it because it's the thing we do in the city.
Are you into baseball at all? I know baseball is like the highest paying sport. It's huge in Korea.
Yeah. I'm not into it. I mean, like, I know like Shohei Ohtani's destroying the league right now, and last season he did too. That's about all I know about it, really. I played some slow pitch the other year.
Played slow pitch in elementary.
Yeah, slow pitch is hard actually. It's not that easy.
I heard.
It's like if you're really good, then yeah, you're like you can kill it, but then it's only one person, right? It's a team game still, so
some friends that joined slow pitch ESSC.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we fucking suck.
Yeah. Same. I have some friends too. I mean, the nice thing about that sport is that you can play whatever intensity you like and still have fun.
Yeah.
Whereas like certain sports, I feel like at lower intensity, it's not fun. Even for the players, I feel like it's not fun.
Oh yeah.
Like they're just
like
standing
volleyball.
around. Yeah. Like in volleyball, they're just standing around not having fun.
Yeah.
Right? So it depends on that.
When you keep messing up, no one else can play either.
Yeah. Right. Whereas like in slow pitch, you can be a pretty chill team and just relax and whatever, and everyone can actually have fun with that. Yeah, when I went to a slow pitch tournament, they're so intense with that stuff. But I guess it's with all sports. They get super
Yeah,
intense.
if you go to a tournament, obviously, I feel like people that go to tournaments are very into the sport.
Dude, like it's crazy when people in some of the slow pitch tournament, people will like come out of town just so they can, win and shit.
We did that for volleyball.
Yeah, but you guys didn't do it specifically to win and shit.
What do you mean? Yeah, we did.
I mean, you told me. You literally just said you guys had so much fun and it was mostly just for fun when you assembled the team. Right? Are you trying to contradict yourself while we're recording this? Come on.
But you know what? Have a winner mindset.
Shit.
You ever hear of the Mamba mindset?
I don't think that's what he was alluding to. Yeah. No, I've been listening to some of like a lot of the motivational shit. Like a lot of Kobe stuff is in it too.
Oh yeah,
because he is a really hardworking guy.
Who have you been turning to listen to these motivations?
It's just random fucking YouTube shit, to be honest. There's some good quotes I have. I have one right now.
Okay, spill some on me. I have this widget on my phone that has circulating quotes on it that I like to apply to daily life.
Oh, like every day you just get one? It's just be like, hey.
Well, it's my quotes that I like save and add to it.
What do you mean your quotes? Like you didn't make those quotes.
No. But
it's quotes
quotes that I've heard that I think are very valuable and align with my values or my insights on life. And so
on this widget every day just a new one pops up?
No, it's random. It's not every whenever. I actually don't know what the setting is.
So whenever you look at it, it just goes?
Yeah, every so often it changes. Right now it says what you're not changing, you're choosing.
Oh, that's a pretty good one, I think.
Yeah.
So this one was one that I kind of like that I've seen lately. Is not lately, like the person who said it a long time ago, but it was one I've heard from one of those videos I watched. It's if you always do what you always did, you always get what you always got. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
I like it.
Because it's like, yeah, it's true. I have to
realize.
Huh? What?
Have you ever heard of that one? It's so cheesy. It's real eyes,
Yeah.
real eyes,
Yeah.
real lies.
Oh, that's so gay.
Yeah.
Whatever. It has no meaning or concept to me.
It's like a Tumblr thing.
Yeah, that's super gay. But yeah, no, this one's kind of cool. I like it. It's by Henry Ford.
I like that.
I assume it was probably associated to him making the T4 in the car industry, but it's cool because it's pretty much just like, if you want something else, then you gotta go for something else. Like, you just can't keep doing what you're doing and expect something different. At the same time, I don't completely agree, because sometimes what you're doing is like the steps to getting somewhere, right? Like the whole like get 1% better every day, right? So it's like
perfection.
Yeah, it's like if you think about the get 1% every day on a daily basis, it will look like you're doing the same thing every day because it's only 1%. But over the course of the year, you're gonna have some significant changes, right?
365% change.
That's not the math, but okay.
What, really?
You get 1% better every day, then the next day would be 1.01%, and it will compound.
Why?
Okay, you're currently at 100%, right?
Yeah.
You got 1% better, so tomorrow you're
right.
101%,
Yes, I
right?
see what you mean.
And then the next day you're 101.01%, and then, or sorry, 102.01%, and then no compound, right? So it's not 365%. It's some other bigger number that you get better.
Right.
Yeah. So like, I agree, the whole, if you always do the same thing and you expect more, that's not how it works. But at the same time, I do also agree, like I personally always respect the slow gains. Not even slow. Actually, it's not called slow. I guess slow is the wrong terminology. It's like the intentional gains that are like sequential and step, and not like expecting the world, kind of, right? It's like the whole getting 1% every day, right? I really respect people who like get into that mentality, and I always try to get myself into the mentality, because I feel like the other shit is the shit you see in social media is all the fancy fling of the end result, right? Usually people in social media, they'll show the beginning and the end, right? And it looks amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, body transformations, skill, some talent you're gaining, something, right?
I got from A to B. Yeah,
but that's not where the work happened. The work happened on the days that you didn't want to do it and you had to do it.
Yeah.
And
when you failed and you got back up.
Yeah.
You figured it out.
Yeah.
Pivoted.
And that's, to me, like, it's weird. Like, I respect that so much more than the transformation itself. Like, the transformation itself was, in my opinion, has always just been the byproduct of what I respect more is just the grind. It's like doing something very difficult, or doing something you may even potentially hate, but doing it because you know you have to do it, and then doing it day in and day out and forcing yourself to do it. There's a lot of like respect after that, because that's like very mentally stressing, and the people that can get through it, I'm like, damn, good on them. Because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like that's, I always felt like I never had anything that flashy, and I feel like everything I've always had was always just me having to put my head down and just get to work. It was never like, oh, I have this problem, oh, I figured it out, look how great I am. No, it's, oh, I have this problem, all right, step one, go at it, do it, fail maybe, step two, do it, fail, and then all the way to like 100 steps, right?
I can tell that's something that you really appreciate, because that's a large part of a lot of the passions that you have.
Yeah.
A key part of what you like doing is getting into the nitty gritty and figuring things out and going through that progress and that process of doing step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, learning, failing a little bit, learning, doing all that stuff. Yeah. And with cars, doing your 3D printing.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I always think it's just because I don't have any like innate talent for a lot of shit. So it's just like, I respect the fact that anyone can become anything with that mindset of just doing it, right? And just like working at it, and sometimes accepting that you're gonna have to eat shit and eating the shit and moving on and going to the next one.
I agree.
Yeah, because I feel like that's hard. That's a very difficult thing to do, right? And yeah, I just think mentally, people that do go through that, I was like, damn, good on you.
What do you think is the one thing you've worked the hardest for?
I don't know. That's a really hard question, because it just, like, at the moment, everything feels hard.
Yeah.
Right. And at the end of it, everything feels easy.
Yeah. And when you're done, you're like, oh, hey, great.
Yeah, I can do it
Like,
again.
if I can do it,
yeah,
anyone else can do it now.
Yeah. So it's hard because it's like, I could tell you what I thought was the hardest when I was 18, when I was 20, somewhere in the past, right?
Yeah.
And then right now, if you just told me what's the hardest, well, what's the hardest right now was not the hardest before, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of hard when you ask like, oh, what's the hardest fucking thing you did? I have no idea, to be honest. To be honest, I still keep thinking I haven't really done shit with my life.
Really?
Yeah, I constantly have that thought, but it's not like a doom and gloom thought. It's more like, all right, I haven't done shit. Let's go do something.
What do you think would be the one thing that you would say is the most successful thing you've done?
I'd be the most proud of?
Yeah, or that you are the most proud of.
If I were to die right now, I would just say like the person I am. That's probably what I'm most proud of. Like the character I am.
Oh.
I think. Yeah, if I were to die right now, it wouldn't be any like one thing I did at work. I feel like all those things are nice and cool, but I think it's always replicable. But the person I am isn't really replicable. And like who I came to be, the character I build, the relationships I've fostered, it's like that's what I'm probably most proud of right now.
It is respectable.
Yeah. But I don't know, like in the future, like if I had a kid, I'd probably be most proud of them. Is what I think, at least. If I don't, I don't. Like if I don't have a kid, I don't have a kid. It doesn't hurt me or anything like that. I mean, like, yeah, I'd like to have one, but if it doesn't, then more for me, I guess. More of my effort for me to build myself.
Why do you think it might not happen?
Oh, I mean, I don't know the fucking future. I could fucking go on a trip today and just the plane could crash or some shit, right? So who the fuck knows, right? So to me, it's like, okay, well, if it happens, but I'm not gonna like fucking force anything. And then if not, like I said, if it doesn't happen, then okay, well, good. I have more time for me to get better at whatever I want to do.
What would you say is your greatest failure then? It might not have to stay a failure.
My greatest failure?
Yeah, but at the time it was a failure. Maybe you learned from it and fixed it and it became a success, like a project or whatever it is, or like a life lesson. What would you say was your greatest failure?
Greatest failure? Yeah, probably my life.
The whole thing.
Yeah, the whole fucking thing's been pretty fucking rough. So that's a pretty easy answer there, Viv. Greatest failure. I don't know. That's so tough. That's such a tough question. Because it's like, think of all the failures you've had in your life. You've always learned something from it, no?
Yeah, that's exactly.
So then it's like, what's your greatest failure? Well,
biggest lesson you learned?
Yeah, so that would be one way of answering, right? If all failures lead to a lesson. I mean, like if I died from a failure, that would be a pretty big failure. Right?
Yeah, unless it was intentional.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably just like not being honest, maybe. Like sometimes I'm not honest. That sucks. That's a pretty big failure on my part. And you think back and you kind of regret those things sometimes. Yeah. I think sometimes I feel like I feel like with the knowledge I have now, I should admit to more things that I'm scared of, because like a lot of things are scary. Like it's fact. But like things that are scary doesn't necessarily mean you lack courage. If that, well, not like, I wouldn't say of course not, because I feel like that's not necessarily true in a lot of people's mindset.
Yeah.
Like in a lot of people's mindset,
one or the other.
They associate the two together, right? If you fear something, you lack the courage.
I think
right?
Having courage is accepting that that fear can also take space in the same area of your mind as you doing the actual thing. You can be scared and still...
Yeah. Like, I think fear is fundamental. I think you...
swim through an ocean.
Yeah.
That would still be courage and being scared at the same time.
Yeah. I think fear is built into us to warn us of things that can kill us.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I fear doing certain things. For example, on my car, I fear doing certain things because I don't know the consequences if something bad were to happen with that, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, the more I learn about it, the more knowledge I gain from it, that fear may now be like lessened, right? But yeah, I feel like sometimes me not being honest that I'm scared of something is something I should I wouldn't say it's the greatest failure. It's one of the failures in my life that I want to do better at. Right? Because some things are scary, right?
What's scary to you?
I think a lot of things are scary. I'm trying to think. Like fucking bears. Bears are fucking scary.
Sometimes I feel like I have this weird, like, I like to think I'm not a jaded person, but sometimes I think I have this disconnect in my brain where I can see why a bear would be scary or whatever. But if I was in that situation, I don't think I would feel scared. I would be like, well, shit, I gotta get myself out. I wouldn't physically feel scared.
Yeah, but I think they're synonymous. It's like the shit I gotta get myself out is because of fear.
Really? I don't think it's synonymous because, like, if there was a ghost in front of me, I would be fucking scared shitless.
Yeah, well, I guess it's because there's nothing you can. So, like, to get out because that's like the reaction to the fear, isn't it? And but then the ghost, it's like you can't run away from that.
Yeah, but I feel like when you get scared of something, you can feel dread wash over you. You genuinely feel scared.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Your heart starts racing over being like, holy shit. Like I feel like, yes, fight or flight could be scared, but I feel like it's slightly different than just feeling like fucking scared.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's almost like happiness. There's like different levels of it.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the same as what we're talking about. There's like a different levels of the fear, right? But like there's stuff that I think there's also stuff like genuinely everyone is scared to do. It's, for example, it's like you leaving your job. That's a scary thing.
Yeah.
Not having stable income is pretty scary, right?
Sure.
And that's just a legitimate thing. People never talk about it as a fear, but I feel like everyone genuinely has that innate fear in them of losing their livelihood, right?
Your main income source.
Yeah, and that's like such a simple thing, but it is scary, and that's why we don't do it, right? Like some things we don't do because we've done it before and we made the mistakes, and some things we don't do because we're scared of it, right? And I feel like there's a lot of things I'm fucking scared of, and that's why I don't do it and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I think, I wonder, I'm curious, like I don't know this for a fact, but I wonder if I fear feeling too emotionally happy in the fear of the disappointment afterwards.
Ooh.
But I have no idea.
That's
like
heavy.
Sometimes I just feel what I feel and I just accept it, right?
Do you think that's why you don't have really high highs or really low lows? If you don't go that high, you can't go that low. If you don't go that low, you can't go that high.
I don't actually know if that's the reason behind it. I do know like I don't have as high as other people and as low as other people's. But I still feel like, say everyone was put on like a percentage base, like 0 being neutral, 100% being your highest high, and negative 100% being your lowest low, right? I still feel like my low gets pretty low, but my high just doesn't get as high as most people. But I also feel like it's your own perception to it too.
Sure.
So I don't know, like fear of disappointment might be a thing, but that's just the overall, like in general. It's like, why didn't you order that? Well, I'm scared I'm just gonna fucking suck, so I'm just gonna order what I always order. Right.
There's small fears.
Yeah, but I also feel like it's a thing when people ask you why you don't do it, people would just say I don't want to, but maybe the answer would have been I'm scared. Or maybe the answer, if I was being 100% honest, would have been I'm scared. Right?
Yeah,
it's like when people always ask me to fucking do drugs. Like every one of my fucking friends.
Every one of your friends,
no,
who are you hanging out
a lot
with?
of them do, especially in the past. They always ask me, and maybe in reality, thinking back, maybe the answer was fear. Maybe it was just like I'm scared that I don't know, like whatever reaction I'll get from it. Right? Because that could be very scary, right? In either case, either feeling so crazy of a high that you'll never feel that again. That's scary.
It is scary.
That's pretty scary. Or the other scary thing is like, what if that mentally changes you? Good or bad, it could be scary.
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't know. Like, I fucking love my mental state and who I am. So it's like, why do I want to do something that jeopardize that?
That's true.
Right. But yeah,
scared. I was scared too before.
But also, it could also be like there is some fear of like, fentanyl shit. We always hear about that, right? It's like, dude, that could be your one and last hit.
Yeah. How stupid would you not feel? But
yeah,
in retrospect, feel if that was your last.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Over that too.
I feel like there's all those fears, and I feel like the biggest disappointment and regret in my life is just not admitting to some of those sometimes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's the biggest.
I think so. I think not being honest about that to some people.
That you're scared.
Sometimes, yeah. I think so. Or not the fact that I'm scared. I think it's the honesty of it. is all. Like I said, my first answer to you was like my lack of honesty, right? And sometimes that was it. Just not being honest about how I feel sometimes. Like, especially being Asian, sometimes you're like too accommodating to other people.
You think that's an Asian trait?
I think so. I think Asians are generally more accommodating.
Okay.
Sometimes instead of just saying, like white people, I feel like they have no problem saying, no, this shit sucks or something.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas Asian people will be like, the food sucks, they'll be like, no comment. Right?
I'm not coming back.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
But I'm
like,
not going to tell you it sucks.
Yeah. Like if a white person went to a restaurant and it sucked, they would like complain to the waitress and all this shit. And then if I went to a restaurant and the food sucked, I'd be like, guess I'm not coming back here again. Like, that's it, right? Like I'm not going to do anything. I might not tip them or something. That might be another, retroactive or response. But the biggest response is just, I'm never coming back here again. If someone asks me about it, I'm just going to say I didn't like it, right? Simple as that, right? Whereas the white person would fucking do the shitty Yelp review and they'll complain to the waitress and they'll ask them for their money back and all that shit.
That's true.
I feel like most Asians in general, it's just like, right? Or it's like if I made a dish to this party and it sucked, no one's gonna straight up tell me it sucked. They're just gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna try it, or I'll try it and then
really?
like, it's
I
not
feel
that
like
good.
it depends on what friend group you're with. So
That's true.
Like,
I am.
it's not that good. To be honest.
I do that to a lot of my friends.
Yeah, you do.
But I'm saying in general, Asians don't do that as much.
That's true. Asians stick with the status quo more often than not.
Yeah. So like sometimes, like I should be honest about that because it's like, no, I want that other thing, and I should just say it. But sometimes it's hard. Like in Asian mentality, you grew up not doing that.
I kind of screw up speaking my voice.
What do you mean?
Like, something that I truly believe in and I truly value is that I should always speak my mind.
Oh yeah.
And even if I'm the only person that has that opinion, I should still try and stick to it.
Yeah.
I felt like in the last, like before, I was really bad when it came to defending myself in some situations. I was like a people pleaser.
Oh yeah, you're a big people pleaser.
Oh yeah, huge. But I think if it came to what I believed in terms of like right or wrong, then I would completely do it. And then when I was growing up, I used to speak my mind a lot in the sense of like, I still stand by it, even though I know a lot of people wouldn't and don't, is that I would talk back to my parents a lot. My parents would always be like, oh, you always bok joy, you always talk back and whatever. And then my reasoning would always be like, okay, if I'm asking a valid question, it shouldn't offend you just because you're older and just because you're like my elderly that I'm asking a valid question, or that like what you're proposing right now literally doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be, oh, just because I'm older, just because I'm your mom, or just because I'm your dad. Like, if you are older and more mature, then you should be able to respond to my question maturely as well.
Yeah.
But then I was always told I was talking back for a lot of things.
And then, so what happened? Like, you just stopped and you became a people pleaser instead, or what?
No, I kept going.
Oh.
I never stopped until.
So how did you become a people pleaser?
Oh, I felt like it was like two bad relationships, one after another.
Made you a people pleaser?
Yeah.
Well, that's a really dumb reason, in my opinion. I mean, I respect you more because I feel like you're less of a people pleaser now.
I don't think I am anymore.
You're less of a people pleaser now.
Okay.
Which I personally respect. I think that especially girls, because I feel like they're, no offense, but I just feel like they're more easily taken advantage of.
Yeah.
That I think it's even more important for them to not be people pleasers.
Mm.
So I respect that you're doing that. Like, you're doing that less. I mean, you're still a people pleaser sometimes. But
really?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know when, to be honest. With me, it's not happening anymore. There's no pleasing here anymore. What the fuck?
Yeah, fuck you.
But yeah, I respect that's changed about you. But I mean, on that same note, what was your proudest moment, biggest failure?
Oh,
or proudest thing, not moment. Proudest thing about yourself.
Well, I feel like yours was so profound and actually very unique in something that I don't think, if I ask this question to a lot of people, I don't think many people would say something in the same realm as you, as saying like, oh, I wish I was more honest before. I wish I said I was scared when I was scared. Because mine was going to be, my biggest failure would be exactly that, like not knowing how to love myself or like self-worth so that I would people please and do all that shit. Yeah. And then the greatest lesson is like how to be happy.
Oh, the proudest thing you are is how to be happy, or
yeah.
Oh, that's good. No, that's good. I mean, yeah. What was the failure again? The whole
not knowing your self-worth, people pleasing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's rough. I guess I don't know. It's I'm still surprised it only happened from like relationships too.
Really? But it relationships, especially long-term ones, can affect you and like influence you so much.
That's true. That's true.
Mine was 11 years total.
For the two of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Pretty significant, I feel. Especially the time period that it's at, which is high school, university, adult life.
In your more formidable years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I just thought it'd be... Like, I honestly, back then, I did think it was like the biggest thing in the world. Like, relationship and how it affects you and shit.
Yeah.
But after getting out of a relationship, and then learning more about myself, it felt like so much more minuscule. Because it felt like, dude, like it's only a part of me, not me. But back then as a child, like all of us were, and we were in like relationships back then, it felt like the biggest thing in the world.
You know what I feel? I feel like it's because you have to go through one big heartbreak and then you have this perspective.
Yeah. Where it's like, it's only a portion of you, a fraction of you.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was all of you.
Yeah. And you put in like your whole heart and everything into it.
Yeah. Where, I mean, it's not that in the future you don't put in all of you, but it's also like...
It's not to that same degree of...
I think it's just your expectations are different. Your assumptions and expectations are different now. Like in the future, it's more like... Or after you've been through that heartbreak, it's more like, I'll put 100% of me in this, but that's 100% of me, and that won't define me. Whereas back then, I'll put 100% of me into this, and the relationship defines me.
Kind of, yeah.
Whereas now, it's like, I put 100% of myself into the relationship, but I'm still me. If the relationship ends, I'm still me.
Yes. Right? Kind of like saying, I'll allocate a certain percentage of my life towards dedicating to this relationship, and if this part fails, then the other parts will still stand until this part rebuilds. Versus previously, it was like, I'm gonna find every way to entangle parts of my life and every aspect into this. So if this relationship falls apart, then it'll take a lot of bits of the rest of my life too with it.
I see. Yeah, and then your other one was learning to be happy. That's the proudest thing. Yeah. Damn. I just it's interesting because it's so unique for me. That is such a unique answer because to me it feels so natural.
Oh, interesting.
Like it feels like no one had to teach me to be happy, if that makes sense. Like not even myself. Like it was just always there. Like to me, happiness is a state where I just go to.
Yeah,
it's not a thing that I was taught. Right. So that's why it's interesting when you say that, because to me, maybe I just take it for granted, because for me, it's just like happens naturally.
I think it's taking it for granted if it's what you've always known.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Anyways, another quote I have from a book I was reading. So I forget who actually said this. I think it's some random Japanese quote, but it's in this book, in the Wheel of Time that I read. And it doesn't connect to my life whatsoever, but it's such a cool thing that he says. So he always says, like, in the book is, duty is heavier than a mountain, death is lighter than a feather. I was like, damn, that's some fucking samurai shit right there.
Whoa, damn.
Right, because it's it's literally back in the warrior days.
Yeah.
This would be very relevant, right? It's like, it's easy to die, it's hard to actually do what you need to do.
Yeah.
It's like, shit. But I mean, I like it because it correlates with the book very, very well. Like the characters go through some really hard shit, and it's like, you know, people around them are dying, and then when they say that, it's cool because it's like, I could just die, but that's easy compared to actually doing your duty. I was like, damn.
That reminds me of two things. That reminds me of the quote where, I don't know the full quote, but it's a saying where there's a stairway to heaven and a highway to hell. And it also reminds me of the topic where we talked about people in jail and what should be done to them or can be done with them, like saying, put them to work, make them
Yeah, you
create
just don't want to kill them.
energy, or should there be a euthanation place? And I was like, no, because that's fucking easy. That's the easy way out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still very neutral on that. I don't want them to specifically. I don't want to torture people.
Yeah, you don't have to, but you can like let them make clothes instead of the kids.
Kinda. I mean, yeah.
You know,
It's weird too because like it does feel like
Trying is easy.
it literally feels like there are some people that are irredeemable,
Yes.
right? So it's like, how do you rehabilitate something that cannot be rehabilitated?
Then you don't. You just use them for their labor.
Or you go and you make them find Titanic in a little submarine. I don't know, something. There must be a better, more just way that people can figure this out in the future.
If it really does come down to behavior and your brain and how your brain was wired when you were growing up, or how when you were born, for you to be more susceptible to being a psychopath, a murderer, all that shit.
Yeah.
And there was a way to medically, physically change your brain to do that, to be like, oh yeah, this person has less of this mix of hormones that makes them more like a psychopath. Now they're actually chemically, neurologically more like a regular human. Then I would be all for that.
That's so hard too, because you know the scariest part is if there's a mix that can do that, there's a mix that could reverse that, and that would mean that you could give that to like a normal person.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean? Like if there's a way to do it, there's a way to do the reverse of it. Usually, right?
Or pretending like you're fixed, and then you will leave jail, and you're like, I'm still a psychopath.
Yeah, I mean the worst part would be like getting the reverse potion of that and giving it to like the Pope or some shit.
Oh my god, that's
you know
crazy.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the whole Joker thing, corrupting the uncorruptible. That was the whole point of Joker. Like the whole existence of Joker wasn't to actually get any physical thing. It was to show the world that this symbol can be corrupted. Right? That was his whole point. At least during the Dark Knight movie, his whole point wasn't to like get anything. His whole goal was just to corrupt the incorruptible. Right? To him, that was like there is no Joker without a Batman type of thing. Right? Yeah, that'd be crazy if you could like, you know, get one of those shots in, and then that'd be scary actually. That's some terrorist shit.
Yeah.
That's some terrorism shit right there. Because then you can make some very good, decent people just fucked up in the brain.
Yeah, it would be like The Boys TV or whatever it was called.
What do you mean?
You know the show The Boys? Wasn't there a YouTube series?
They had a Prime series, like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that.
What was that called?
I forget. It's like Diabolical or something or some shit like that.
Agent.
It was all the
File V or no?
No. What do you mean? Like their spin-off, which is like the V Academy V or whatever university, but that was live action. And there was a cartoon one where it was just like
where they
trolling.
had all the other superheroes.
Yeah, the ones that didn't have actual or had powers that were quote unquote useless.
Cool enough, yeah.
I mean, it's true though, because like if there were superpowers, that means there's gonna be super shitty powers too. It goes both ways, right? It's like
My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Sticky balls for your superhero power.
It's like remember that? I don't know if you remember the episode Family Guy where like they all got superpowers, but Meg just like grew her fingernails out. You know what I mean? Like she can control the growth of her fingernails. It's just like okay, like Peter can like transform into anything. Lewis had like super strength and all this shit, and then Meg just grew her fucking nails out and shit. That'd be Sag on that part. But yeah, I have been on this run of listening to random motivational shit. It's pretty cool. A lot of Davy Goggins shit. A lot of
Davy Goggins classic,
right? He's one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best to do it.
I feel like Jay Shetty's pretty good too.
Who's Jay Shetty? I don't know this guy.
What the fuck, really?
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't know names.
He is a podcast
Jay Shetty.
host.
Oh, he's a brown guy.
For a podcast called On Purpose, where he talks about health and wellness.
No, I've never heard of his stuff before.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. I think he's one of the most popular podcasts out there.
I really don't like these books too, where it's like a number and then something. You know what I mean? Like 10 ways to do this. And then there's so many of these, like, 4 ways of getting rich or some bullshit like that.
Yes.
And then I'd be like, you know what? 13 reasons why. Motherfucker, 13 reasons why. This is the same fucking path we're going down here.
13 Reasons Why, there were, I think it was 2 scenes that were deleted later on in the series because they were too crude.
Which ones?
One of them was when the girl had a suicide in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And she slit her wrist. And I think the other one was when one of the guys got sexually harassed by his schoolmates and they used a broom to like penetrate him or some shit like that.
Dude, when you watch this, wait, did you know there's a number 2?
No.
There's a 13 Reasons Why too. I was like, she's dead already. I'm done. I don't have to watch this anymore. Isn't this the fucking conclusion?
I watched number 1 and I saw the bathroom scene where she suicided.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the other scene. And it's kind of crazy because they cut it out later on because too many people were traumatized by it.
That must I mean, I've never been in that situation where I felt that low, but I just feel like, isn't the fact that if people who have gone through that, they want people to know it's such a shitty experience to actually like see it instead of just trying to like shelter everyone from it?
I would imagine.
But anyways, I always thought the main guy character, the first episode I saw him, I always initially thought, dude, that looks like a school
Shawn
shooter.
Mendes? Oh.
That was not what no, the main guy character, this guy right here. As soon as I saw him, I was like, dude, that's a school shooter right there.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy white guy school shooter right away as soon as I saw it.
I can see it.
That's what I was thinking the whole time when I saw it.
He always reminded me of Shawn Mendes. Where Shawn Mendes popped off.
Like Shawn Mendes ugly? Or just young? He does not look like Shawn Mendes at all.
Just a white boy, to be honest.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're racist, actually. You're fucking racist. What the hell? That's like me saying Jay Shetty looks like Russell Peters.
That's fucking racist.
Because they're both brown. What the fuck, Viv? That's the most racist take you've ever had. That's crazy. Yeah. I wonder what this actress is doing now. 13 Reasons Why.
Oh yeah, why don't you look her up?
I thought that, in my opinion, this sounds mean or something. They should have made like a uglier.
She's so friggin' pretty in these photos.
Dude, I thought she was too pretty in 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, you're like, I can't watch this while I have a boner. This isn't working.
No, it's just like, why they actually. I guess it kind of makes sense why they bullied her. It's like she was on the cusp of pretty. I don't know. I don't understand it.
I don't remember.
What is she famous for other than 13 Reasons Why? Yeah, there's season 1, season 2. Oh, she was on Robot Chicken. Great.
She's a chicken.
No, have you ever watched Robot Chicken? Well, she was in Knives Out. I didn't know that. I guess she was a minor role. It feels like she kind of fell off the scene, the acting scene.
Maybe she just took the money and left and was like, yeah, I don't want all this.
Yeah, to think everyone fucking think you offed yourself. I mean, that's what she's gonna be remembered for now, right? Yeah. Wasn't this other brown character gay? Christian Navarro?
I hardly remember the show, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna get away from this 13 Reasons Why. Anyways, anything else you want to try about before we end it off? Anything else you did in the last 2 weeks? That was cool, fun, chilling?
Let me see. Calendar.
There was something else. Was there something else? No, there wasn't anything else. Mine, I've been pretty chilled. Oh, actually, one thing I was gonna say, at the car show, they let us like practice rapping.
Oh, cool.
So they just give you a little patch and you rap on their car. Cause I want to wrap my car soon, or part of my car. But dude, the prices were crazy. So he was saying like, for the hood, if I were to buy rap from them, because they sell rap, their rap store, I think they do rap and they also sell rap.
Yeah.
He was saying something that's like for the hood, just for the material, would be like $200.
Damn.
I was like, dude, if I bought wrap online, it's like 150, and that's for my hood and my roof and some other minor parts too.
That's really expensive.
So I was like, dude, $200 just for the hood. I was like, that's fucking crazy, dude. You guys have some crazy markups. Yeah. But apparently he's saying, oh, this brand's really good, like the brand they use, like the one they probably have like a deal with.
You didn't remember the brand?
It's Avery something. Avery wrap. Let me see. I want to say it's Avery Dennis. Oh, I was about to say Dixon, but it's Dennison. Avery Dennison. I knew that was wrong. That's why I know.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah, but he was saying like, oh, there's some like air pocket technology, so like the air bubbles just like as soon as you squeegee, it'll go away. It doesn't have to. You don't have to do some like crazy shit to squeegee it out.
Cool.
It sounded cool, but I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't know if that's what I should learn off of. If that makes sense.
Yeah, if it's really expensive, I feel like you should not.
Yeah. The other thing to that too, it's like you don't want to spoil yourself. And here's what I'm saying. If your first car was like a Porsche, every other car is going to be shittier for it than that.
That's true.
So then now your expectation of cars is way too high, right?
That's true.
So if I start off with a really, really good wrap, I'm always going to want to only buy the really good wrap. Because as soon as I go to the shitty wrap, I'm going to be like, fuck this.
This isn't the same.
Yeah. But if I start with a shitty wrap, or not shitty, but let's say I start off with a more feasible pricing, better pricing wrap, then I can like work my way up to the good shit and be like, okay, yeah, this stuff is better, but it's better because I tried the other shit.
You can appreciate the quality better.
Yeah. I've suffered a little bit.
Can't start with a BBC.
No. If you start with BBC, you're gone forever. I wonder if that's really the case. Do you think that's like statistically true?
Probably.
Really? I don't think so. Because I mean, there's big white cocks too.
You're right.
So it's not the second B.
Not the color.
Yeah, it's just the B blank C.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense now. Now it feels like it's very true. But yeah. Do you think it's also true that all black guys have big dicks?
No.
Oh. Seems like you've seen some shit.
No, I've heard people that don't.
That's true. If there are some non-black people with big dicks, then there must be some black people with non-big dicks.
Yes.
True. Interesting facts we've been through. Anything else?
That's all.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.